Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for some more Harmony Wastelands 3 action. Anthony with you once again. And I will admit this was originally supposed to be my match for the feature getting uploaded, but I forgot to record it, so instead you are going to get to see Vangelus versus Ozzy, MegaRatchet. Whoops, I accidentally shifted sources there for a moment. Anyways, we are doing Ozzy versus Vangelus and MegaRatchet versus Soundwave. Once Ozzy spawns in his deck, there it is. And we are just waiting for everything to get set up here. And as BFB cards come up, I will explain them. A couple of trop cards are on the field, though, that aren't too frequently played. Soundwave superior on Ozzy's side. When you play a secret action while Soundwave's on the field, you do a damage to an enemy. And then MegaRatchet, 4-13-3, 10-star in alt mode, tank truck ranged, melee and bot mode, 5-13-2. Alt mode, when you flip to this mode, do damage to an enemy, and if it's a bot or a con, repair one from MegaRatchet. And then bot mode, enemies can't be repaired. It has pierce equal to the number of green upgrades on it with different names. And then we are just now waiting for everything to get set up. And there's Wingthing. So that is one of the things we will be seeing. And I am seeing an old version of this card, I just realized. I will have to explain to you what Wingthing actually does at the moment when that comes up. I'm just going to go ahead and let them know that they're free to get started whenever. Stream is up and running. You're free to start whenever. So, as I accidentally zoom out. So, also Fracture is on the field. I think we've seen this on stream before, but in case you haven't, 5-star 2-10-2 in alt mode, card melee, 3-10-1 in bot mode, just melee. Alt mode, when 2 or more characters take non-attack damage from an opponent's card. Once per turn, you can choose to either repair 1 damage from each of your characters that was damaged from that card, or do 1 damage to each enemy. And then in bot mode, when this does attack damage to a melee, ranged, or specialist enemy, you choose one of those traits on the defender and do that 1 damage to each other enemy that shares that trait. A 3 from Ozzy on the die roll, and a 5 from Vangelus. So we will go ahead and give Vangelus the call here. And while we're waiting for that, let's talk about Wingthing. So he is a 391-091 in those modes. Mini cassette, beast, or ranged, or no, he's ranged in bot mode, not melee. This is an old version, like I said earlier. Mini cassette in bot mode. Alt mode looks to be the same. 5-star stealth. When you flip to this mode, you may move 1 damage counter from one of your characters that has 10 stars to or more to another character. But bot mode is not what this reads. Vangelus is going first. Exhaust will get pinged for 1 to activate Beacon. And what Wingthing actually does right now is when you or your opponent puts 1 or more cards on the top of their deck, your opponent chooses one of their characters and does 1 damage to it. When this has an upgrade, instead do 1 damage to an enemy. So if Wingthing has no upgrades, your opponent chooses where the damage goes when his ability activates. But if you have an upgrade on him, the player controlling Wingthing gets to do it. Flipping up MegaRatchet, so repairs are offline, albeit I'm not sure how impactful that is going to be in this particular matchup. But I believe this might be an orange v orange match, so we're going to probably see some heavy swings. I don't know if Vangelus's deck is orange. I'm pretty sure Ozzy's is, because he traditionally runs Soundwave as an orange-black team. Albeit with Soundwave Superior, that could be different. Even though I versed him in round 1, I do not remember. Oh, nope, he's on a blue-black strategy. This is going to be interesting. Fracture is going in for 4, so we have Vangelus on what looks to be an orange deck, Ozzy on a blue deck. This is going to be interesting. Soundwave blocks the damage. And then Exhaust will get pinged from his effect. Beacon gets a counter. Ozzy will draw for turn. Deploying Wingthing, and like I said earlier, the version that you saw is not accurate. I need to update TTS to something, or turn off mod caching and turn it back on quick, because, again, I'm seeing an inaccurate version, and so are you. But I've already said what this version does. Soundwave gets to look at the hand. We got a Scouting Mission, Enforcement Batons, Turbo Boosters, and a Reprocess. Putting the Scouting Mission back on top. Interesting. So that's going to buff the defense a little bit. Wingthing does trigger, so Vangelus chooses a character to take a damage. Doing the damage to MegaRatchet. It makes sense he is able to repair it later, so... And then who is Ozzy going to send in here? Oh, he's going to put a Smoke Cloak on Wingthing first. Aranik into Fracture. Going in for 3 Pierce 1, it looks like. 3 Pierce 1. And, oh, that's a... Takes the Pierce 1. That is a pretty good defense flip. I think Vangelus might actually be playing a little more mixed. Draw for turn on Vangelus' side. Turbo Boosters going on to Fracture, so that untaps. Exhaust did take a damage at the start of the turn, so Beacon is 1 turn away from activating unless he has a self-damaging card in hand. Which he did at one point, but I wonder what happened to that. So what does Vangelus do here? If he has the self-damage, that turns on Exhaust massively. He still has his flip for turn. He has only played the Turbo Boosters. Ironic. Yeah, I cannot believe I said it like that. It's ironic. Flipping Fracture to bot mode. Is there anybody on... So, Soundwave's a specialist. Wingthing is ranged. And Ironic is melee, so... That's a very interesting decision. Again, old version of Wingthing on the field right now. But we are... I think Ozzy can see it normally, so we're all fine. MegaRatchet flips to alt mode. Pinging Wingthing for 1, and MegaRatchet will heal the damage. And who does Vangelus send in here? He's got to go into Ironic. Fracture going in. Base 3. 3 Pierce 1. But it is a... Ironic has Pierce Negation, so that is not going to do anything. Ironic can't take Pierce from a non-specialist. And I am going back and forth on Ironic pronunciation. Bill, can we get a clarification on this, please? Thank you. Anyways, Bill didn't actually say anything. He's not even on the call right now. He's not even online right now, I don't think. Yeah, he's not online right now. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ironic, but, somebody's probably going to correct me at some point. Dropping Enforcement Batons for a Toolbox. That is a linchpin card in this deck for MegaRatchet, so it makes sense Vangelus would be turboing for that. And then start of Ozzy's turn. Beacon is activated. Now we move over to Ozzy's turn officially now. Well, we officially did, but you know what I'm saying. Oh god, John, are you just gonna put a counter on this every time? So Sturdy Javelin comes down onto Wingthing. Secret action. Pinging Exhaust for 1 for playing the secret off of the Soundwave strat. And then throwing the Javelin at Exhaust after sending Wingthing into Fracture. Beacon, my favorite Insecticon. What? Is this a joke that I don't understand? Anyways, the attack is 3 into 2. Unless there was Pierce on that attack. I don't think there was any Pierce. Oh, it was actually 4 into 2, so it takes 2 on Fracture. Gotcha. You'll have to wait and see if I update it. What? Okay, now you're talking nonsense. Anyways, moving over to Vangelus' turn. Exhaust is going to be able to smack for a ton. The question is he going to be able to pop Wingthing this turn? If he is, he'll be able to move some damage off and get one of Ozzy's key pieces off the board. But it's just a matter if he has something like Angelmaw in hand or something. Good Lord, John. You know this is a no bad pun zone. You know this, and yet you did that. So now we move... or we're already on Vangelus' turn. I don't know what I'm saying. The ironic counter. You'll have to wait and see if I update it. I beat you on that one. MegaRatchet flips back up to bot mode. Bashing Shield on MegaRatchet. Getting rid of the Smoke Cloak, so that turns off Ozzy's ability to choose where Wingthing damage goes. So what is Vangelus going to do here? He's got Exhaust fully charged up. He has MegaRatchet that could do some stuff, but the fact that he hasn't... Okay, he didn't drop any actions, which is interesting. MegaRatchet and a Wingthing. Battlefield Report, okay. So the fun thing about this card with Wingthing is that you put a card on top of your deck, so Wingthing triggers. So 6 Pierce 2. So 6 Pierce 2 goes in. Wingthing triggers off of Battlefield Report. And Exhaust takes 1. And then blocking 2, take 4. So now Exhaust should be able to finish the job. Now we move over to Ozzy's greens. Dropping a secret missive for a processor. This is a card we haven't seen a whole lot of. When you put this on a character, draw a card, then return a green secret action from your scrap pile to your hand. That is interesting that he's playing that. Because we know he's playing loading the cannon as a green secret action, but beyond that, I don't really know what else he could be recovering aside from hold the line, maybe? That is a very interesting choice. Processor goes on to Soundwave, and we're probably going to see Buzzsaw come out here. Yep, there it is. And now let's see what's in Vangelus' hand. Turbo Boosters reprocess toolbox. So he did not have anything to use exhaust to just punt Wingthing last turn. Putting the Turbo Boosters back on top of the deck seems reasonable. And then Wingthing will cause a damage to get dealt to MegaRatchet per Vangelus' decision. What do you mean it's almost like Wingthing is a Decepticon cassette? What are you talking about? Anyways, Wedge Formation to draw a card. Heals nothing, because Ironic I don't think was damaged. And then planning one because of Wedge Formation. And then damage gets dealt because of Wingthing. MegaRatchet takes the damage. And then sending in Buzzsaw. And there's an armed hovercraft off of Buzzsaw's effect. It's almost like he was meant to be a partner. Did I say that he wasn't? Did I ever say that he wasn't? Okay, so Armed Hovercraft comes down, does 1 damage to Vangelus' entire team, but then Fracture's effect goes off to just repair that damage instantly off. 4 Pierce 1 is the swing into Fracture. Blocking 3 takes the 1. So moving over to Vangelus' turn. Exhaust is going to get to run over whoever he wants here, basically. I think he's going to try and go after Wingthing because, A, he's annoying, and B, it is pretty much the best shot at a bounty trigger to start putting damage on something else here. He also probably flips MegaRatchet after playing that toolbox. I'm clarifying since you seem confused by your previous statement. Where did you talk about Wingthing or Soundwave in a previous statement? I don't get it. Anyways, reprocessing the processor. Pretty good. Also a Rage. Ooh, that must have been at top deck. Rage coming down onto Exhaust. So that will deal some extra damage. Flipping Exhaust to bot mode. Exhaust going in. Going into Buzzsaw, excuse me? Rage damage will go on to Wingthing. Okay, that makes sense. Why would you not swing into Wingthing here? 6 going in. 7. 8. 8 Pierce 1. Why would you not go into Wingthing there? That's a bounty trigger, and it gets a key piece of Ozzy's engine off the board. That is a very baffling decision. Draw for turn on Ozzy's side of the field. Reflex circuits coming down. Buzzsaw is ranged? Hold up. Buzzsaw is indeed ranged. And flipping Buzzsaw to move the armed hovercraft over to Wingthing. Wingthing is ranged, like I have mentioned earlier in the stream. It just shows up as melee because this is actually the 0.2.4 version. I need to uncheck mod caching. Fracture will now activate. I just noticed the shiny new battle card buttons on the side. Those have always been there. Also, Vangelus will take the armed hovercraft damage, but is going to use Fracture to fire an armed hovercraft right back at Ozzy. Steady shot onto Soundwave. And Soundwave in. I don't know what the target was. Going in for 6 flat. There is not a black icon, and Diffraction Sword got removed in 0.2.5. Going into Fracture. So 6 blocking 2. Takes 4. Say it with me now. Alive on 1. Freak Eric 1. Anyways, we untap and we move over to Vangelus's turn now. I guess I'm blind then. I wouldn't say it's blindness and more just you haven't been on the mod a whole lot. Anyways. So it's Vangelus's turn now. If he has a way to get Pierce, he probably sends... Actually, he has Pierce 1. Weirdly, I think the correct play is for him to send MegaRatchet into Wingthing. Yeah, I honestly think the play is for Vangelus to just send MegaRatchet into Wingthing. He can do whatever else he wants. Well, that's a dead Wingthing for sure. There's the toolbox for... Oh, wait, is he going to flip MegaRatchet? Hold up. That actually might be a good play as well. Okay, so there's the flip of MegaRatchet doing the damage to Buzzsaw. That makes sense. Repairs 2 because of Toolbox. And does he have an action to guarantee the kill on Wingthing? Is the question now. Vangelus has something in mind. He's thinking. Vangelus is considering doing something risky here. I'm not sure what that constitutes, but it'll be interesting to see if he tries it. Man, Vangelus is really agonizing over this. What is he thinking about doing? Because he only has his action left for turn. Just gonna send Fracture into Wingthing. That makes sense. Going in for 3 into 2. As long as icons cancel each other out, I think that's a dead Wingthing. Only flips a single blue on Ozzy's side. Vangelus goes in for 6. Blocks 2. That is a gone Wingthing. Okay, that is significant because that turns off one of Ozzy's major direct damage sources. There is still Soundwave Superior, so that helps. But is it going to be enough to help clean up this board? Because Exhaust still has 6 damage. MegaRatchet is basically on full. Fracture's the only one that's taken substantial damage at this point. And I mean, Exhaust has taken substantial damage as well. But Ironic accidentally got drawn. But Exhaust is a little more resilient compared to Fracture. Also, Smoke Cloak comes down onto Soundwave. Ironic into Fracture. Will he get the Pierce? Ozzy does get the Pierce. The cogs are turning. Oh, wait. Wrong potentially broken character. Who are you referring to as broken? Yeah, who exactly are you referring to as broken? Drawing for turn on Vangelus' side after Fracture gets KO'd. Flipping for turn, MegaRatchet. So he has Pierce 2 now and Repairs turned off on the opponent's side of the field, which means Reprocess is absolutely insane, I should mention. Sending MegaRatchet into our Ironic. Going in for 5 no Pierce because MegaRatchet is not a specialist. Exhaust being a 1-character Opportune engine, or that not as good as people thought. Honestly, the jury is still out on that one. There were some discussions about it in some private channels a couple of weeks ago, actually, but I don't remember where those led. So, Ironic takes 3 here, it looks like, from that attack. Actually, no, he takes 2 because he had 1 damage from the Fracture trigger. So now, Soundwave goes into MegaRatchet after a security console gets played. 4 Pierce 1 is the swing into MegaRatchet. Block 3, take 1. And now Vangelus will draw for turn. So Vangelus is saying, thank goodness. Let's see what the reason for that is. Flipping MegaRatchet to pick Buzzsaw for 1, heals 2. And it's alive on 1 technically, but it's not a true alive on 1 since that happens from attack damage. I've talked about this before. And Razor Wings on Exhaust. So this is a BFB card. When you put this on a melee character, do 1 damage to each tapped enemy. It does 1 damage to everything but Buzzsaw. Oh, that has to hurt. Opportune Offensive comes down onto Exhaust. Going into Ironic, the Pierce is not gonna do anything. And then Rage damage goes onto Soundwave. 10 Pierce 3 base. 13 Pierce 4 is the swing, but I believe this was into Ironic, so no Pierce. So 13 going in. Going into 3, that is a dead Ironic. Okay, so Bounty triggers and moves the damage over to Buzzsaw. Ooh. Razor Wings has some graphic card art when you look at it. What are you talking about? Nobody's head is... Oh. Oh, well, that's pleasant. Alrighty, so we untap, now that I have made a comment about that in the alpha channel. Secret action, Soundwave trigger. Pinging Exhaust for 1 makes sense. Okay, so the attack is going in here for 4 Pierce 3. Blocking 4 takes the Pierce 3. So Pierce 3 on Exhaust. That's decent. He's still got 3 health remaining. He's not alive on 1 because, again, Beacon gives a +2 health boost. And then Vangelus' turn now. Can he do the 12 damage to Soundwave? Flipping MegaRatchet is a start. Does he have a power action is the question. It's kind of fitting given how much of the melee support seems to be themed around pain and brutality with the effects and names. I guess it does fit. Reprocessing the Smoke Cloak, and Soundwave does not heal because of MegaRatchet's bot mode. This is a fun little interaction. And Ozzy seems to be having a bit of muscle memory issues from Impetuous. Soundwave should not have healed because MegaRatchet's in bot mode. And it seems they forgot. Angle Monster dealing 1 damage for a boost in power. Yeah, I mean, that's what it does. I don't know what you're... Yeah. Anyways. So we're going into attacks now. MegaRatchet in first. Has 5 Pierce 2. Security console. John, we know what all the melee cards do. You don't need to list them out one by one. Going into 4. 6 Pierce 3. Going into 4. Takes the Pierce 3. Dropping an escape route for reprocess makes sense. And then Exhaust is going to be going in here. Rage will trigger to do a damage to Soundwave, as he has to. And then a Tetranite gets revealed. That's a +2 defense boost, but it doesn't negate Pierce because that Smoke Cloak got removed. So what is the attack going to be here? So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's the Angle Moi. 8, 9, Pierce 1. Oh, yep, 9, Pierce 1. So 9, Pierce 1 is the swing. 9 into 6 takes 3. Alive on 5. And is Ozzy going to pick up that Diffraction Sword? No, he is not. So then we'll untap and move over to Ozzy's turn. Secret action coming down. Damage to exhaust. And then Soundwave into exhaust. Can he get the Pierce 2? There's one. Oh, no. I don't see how Ozzy wins this given the board state at the moment. If he killed exhaust, he might have been able to out-tank MegaRatchet, but given the fact that he just put exhaust alive on 1, yeah, I think that's game for Ozzy. Oh, yeah, I think that is definitely game for Vangelus. Flipping exhaust just for extra attack, I guess. So we're getting a scrap pile check here. Not sure for what. I think Vangelus does have game 1 here. Action for turn, reprocessing the security console does not repair because of MegaRatchet. Grenade launcher on MegaRatchet. I think that just about does it if I haven't already said that like 5 times. Exhaust first, pings for 1 because of rage. Ozzy was just asking about base attack. It's a patrol the perimeter. Never mind. I was about to say that might be a turnabout snare, but no. It is a patrol the perimeter. So going in currently for 8, 9, Pierce 1. Blocking 2, 3, 4, 6. Takes 3. Alive on 1. Freak Eric 1. And then MegaRatchet has a natural Pierce 2. And that is game. We are going over to game 2. Okay, so Vangelus is up 1-0, and while the sideboarding period is happening, I am going to take a moment again to talk about the beta as always. We're currently in the 0.2.5 stage. Once Harmony Wastelands 3 is done and all the data has been collected from that, we'll be moving on to 0.2.6, and we'll be even closer to release. That should hopefully be one of the last beta releases before we get the 1.0 release of BFB. And of course, if you want to help out in the testing process, there's links in the description to the page where you can download all the BFB beta cards, test them out for yourself, and give us feedback. And if you're wondering, why do I constantly talk about this all the time? It's because we want everybody's feedback, which is why we solicited for it constantly, because we need and value everyone's feedback. We can't just have an echo chamber here floating around, because that always leads to problems. And yeah, so yeah, if you want to help us test, we will absolutely listen to whatever you find. You might see something we don't, and that is always beneficial. I don't think it's possible to have too much feedback. So yeah. Anyways, sideboarding is happening here, and we'll see if anything interesting comes as a result of it. Doesn't seem like anybody's going to side into characters. Free Gyrick when now if you download and get your copy of him. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. A lot of siding of battle cards happening, so it'll be interesting to see what comes out as a result of that. And it looks like sideboarding is about to conclude here. And it looks like we are off to the races. Opening hands have been drawn. And Vangelus seems to have... no, Ozzy decided to go first. Also, it looks like MegaRatchet is in the wrong mode, so I'm just going to reset that. Wingthing comes out after Soundwave flips to bot mode, and we'll get to peek at Vangelus's hand. And what will the hand be looking like? Scouting mission, head-on collision, polydermal graft. Nothing that we suspect is a sideboard card. Getting rid of the polydermal, and then Wingthing activates. So MegaRatchet takes the damage from Wingthing. Sending Ironic in after going into exhaust makes sense. 3 pierce 1. 3 into 1 takes 2. Okay, so we actually missed a Beacon trigger, but Ozzy is allowing a take back on that. So Beacon is on Exhaust. Okay, so Exhaust actually has +1 defense from that stealth ping. So 2. Yeah, so Exhaust is at 2 at the end of the turn, long story short. And again, takebacks like this are fine in a Harmony event just because we do want to be collecting optimal data. So this is nothing unusual. Pinging Exhaust for 1. Flipping MegaRatchet for turn. Scouting mission to get Exhaust another counter. Drawing 2. Fracture going into Ironic. And going in for 4, this is a wash. No greens on Vangelus' side. Ozzy has 2 of them. Patrol the perimeter, dropped for a Diffraction Sword. So when that gets played, I will explain what that does. Then at the start of the turn, Exhaust is pinged, Beacon is active. So Diffraction Sword on Wingthing. So this is a blue-green, not a black-blue-green, +1 attack weapon. If the upgraded character would take non-damage attack damage from an opponent's card, instead that character takes that much damage -1, and you put a Diffraction counter on this. When this has 2 or more Diffraction counters on it, you scrap this. Soundwave flips to alt mode as well. And intercept communications coming down. So this is the interesting part of this build. You draw 2 cards, and then you put a card from your opponent's scrap on top of their deck, which does trigger Wingthing. So keep that in mind. And then Wingthing fires off and does a damage to somebody. I believe the damage is... Wait. Okay, so yeah, Ozzy does get to choose who the damage goes on. Exhaust takes a damage. And then sending in Wingthing into Fracture. 4 Pierce 1 is the swing. Blocking 2 takes 2. Dropping a Bashing Shield for a Scoundrel. So there's a setup for Buzzsaw against MegaRatchet next turn, potentially. Wingthing is really just a complete package for Soundwave. Yeah, he really is. Like, Soundwave was already kicking some rear. I mean, we saw this with Encounter 5, albeit he did have Fangry to help him out at that time. But with Wingthing, it should be interesting to see how the deck evolves going forward. And, of course, Ozzy will be at the forefront of Soundwave's time in the sun, just because of the fact that this is one of 2 decks that he is really adept with, of course, the other being Metroplex. So now we're over at Vangelus' turn. Reprocessing the Diffraction Sword. No damage is healed regardless of MegaRatchet because Wingthing has no damage. Also, sorry if you hear a bunch of like squeaking noises. I just am adjusting in my seat so that way I'm comfortable. Because sometimes I just need to lean back a little bit more. Hollow Matter on Exhaust. Interesting. And does MegaRatchet get flipped? Flipping MegaRatchet heals 1, does 1 to Wingthing. Swinging MegaRatchet into Wingthing. So this sets up that Scoundrels that Ozzy picked up a moment ago. Going in for 5. Takes 2 after blocking 3. Then dropping Loading the Cannon for a Hand of Adeptus. Now we move over to Ozzy's turn, draw for turn. Out comes Buzzsaw. Oh, wait, he may not flip Soundwave here. Smoke Cloak going to Wingthing. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Turn on the part where Ozzy gets to choose where the damage goes with Wingthing. Out comes Buzzsaw. And let's see what's in Vangelus' hand. 2 turbo boosters and a head-on collision. This is not a good hit for Ozzy at all. Puts the head-on collision back on top of the deck. Interesting. And then Wingthing tries to do a damage to Exhaust, but a Hollow Matter is present. Doing the damage to Fracture instead. Completely whiffed on the Hollow Matter there, so. And then Secret Action, Fracture takes a damage from the Strat. So, okay, so Buzzsaw's going into Fracture and not MegaRatchet. Albeit the Scoundrels does come down regardless. So that is currently a 5 flat swing, I believe. 5 Pierce 1, 5 Pierce 1. Blocking 5 takes the Pierce 1. Oh my lord. Oh, Ozzy probably regrets putting that head-on collision on top of the deck. The turbo boosters would have made it so that was blocking 3 and did 2, but just an unfortunate hand to see off of Soundwave. And Vangelus is now thinking about pinging Exhaust here. Interesting. Not going to ping Exhaust. Not gonna ping exhaust. Okay. Upgrade is a turbo booster, so there goes Fracture. Now, Ozzy does have 2 ranged characters on his side of the field, so Fracture is live in bot mode. So what is the action, though? MegaRatchet flips up to bot mode for turn. Is there even going to be an action this turn? Oh no, there's a belligerence. Somebody's about to die. Exhaust goes in. Battlefield report. That's the card. Almost call it Battlefield Scan. That is an entirely different card. So, Ozzy puts a card back on top of the deck and then shoots somebody for 1. And then Ozzy tries to pick exhaust, but forgets about the hollow matter projector, and after being reminded, does the damage to Fracture instead. So exhaust is going in for 5, 6, 7, 9. 9 into whatever the defense of the character is in question. It is Wingthing. 9 into 1, I believe that's a dead Wingthing. That is a dead Wingthing. And now we move over to Ozzy's turn. Yep, no greens on his side of the field. So we fully move over to Ozzy's turn. Drawing for turn on Ozzy's side. Flipping Buzzsaw. Moving the Scoundrels over to Soundwave. That's his name. Set a secret. Picking Fracture for 1 off the strat. And a Laser Cutlass on Ironic. Interesting. Soundwave going into exhaust here. Going in for 6 Pierce 1. Oh, there's a potential sideboard card on Ozzy's side and die Autobots. 6 into 4 takes 2. Up to 8. Moving over to Vangelus's turn. Turbo boosters to untap exhaust. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Who is Vangelus gonna flip for turn potentially? Flipping MegaRatchet to ping Buzzsaw. So that's probably an indicator of who Vangelus is going to go into here with the wheel turn. Does he have an action play, though, is the question. And he's going to attacks. Who is he going to send in first? Fracture into Ironic. No secret reveal. Going in for four flat. Blocked. Then exhaust. Exhaust into Soundwave, and there's a snare. So the base attack is now 1 to going in for 4 here. Oh god, hold on. Hold up, Vangelus. I think you're reading Turnabout Snare wrong. So how this works now is you swap Exhaust's printed stats on his card. So he's 5-1, he's now a 1-5, and then you add the attack boost, so he's swinging in for 4 before flips. So Vangelus misinterpreted the so Vangelus just misinterpreted or forgot that Turnabout Snare got errata to only affect the base values. 5 Pierce 1 is the swing. Take the Pierce 1 on Soundwave. And we're going to untap here and move over to Ozzy's turn. Flipping Buzzsaw. Hand of Adapters to draw 2. And I suspect Ironic is about to punch Fracture here to get her off the board. Javelin coming down onto Buzzsaw. Wait a second. Unfortunately, cannot use a secret action to do a damage to Fracture and then send Buzzsaw into somebody else. Going into Fracture. Javelin. Oh, wait. Exhaust can't take non-attack damage because of the Hollow Matter. That complicates things massively for Ozzy here. So, Buzzsaw is actually going to go into Exhaust and throw the Javelin at Fracture. And there's a Laser Cutlass. Ooh, boy. And that's coming down on Buzzsaw's ability, or off of Buzzsaw's ability, rather. So, Exhaust is defending for 4 to 5. Takes the Pierce 3. 4 health remaining. With Ironic on the field... of course, Vangelus could turtle a little bit with Exhaust by sending in MegaRatchet here. Sending in Fracture isn't too good of an idea because she dies to a secret action play. Yeah, if you're Vangelus, you have to send in MegaRatchet here. Hollow Matter could be interesting. Nope, not going to pick it up. So... drawing for turn on Vangelus' side of the field. So, again, I think you send MegaRatchet in here if you're Vangelus, just to insulate Exhaust a little bit, and make it so that way killing Fracture doesn't allow Ironic to get into Exhaust. Polydermal Graft, okay, that solves a few issues, so that boosts Exhaust up to 19 health. So he has a +1/+1 while in alt mode. Flipping MegaRatchet. Okay, he is sending in MegaRatchet into Buzzsaw. Going in for 6 Pierce 2. Blocking 1 takes 5. Ouch. And then there's 2 greens on Ozzy's side of the field. Dropping a take cover for a processor. And a reshuffle on Ozzy's side, and we're over to his turn. So Scoundrels is active against MegaRatchet since they are partially on Autobot. Flipping Buzzsaw. Not going to move anything. Makes sense, because that would just remove a Laser Cutlass from Buzzsaw unnecessarily. Secret action comes down, and Fracture probably takes a damage here. Yep, Fracture is gone. And then, looks like Soundwave's about to go in. He does have that processor. Wait, an Energon Axe comes down to replace the Scoundrels. Ooh, that's pretty good. And then Soundwave goes into Ratchet. Going in for 7 Pierce 2. 7 Pierce 3. Seven blocking 3 takes 4. Now we see what Exhaust is capable of doing here. Because basically, I think his best option is to get Exhaust, or not Exhaust, Buzzsaw off the board here. Alrighty, so what's the game plan from Vangelus? Escape route to flip MegaRatchet to alt mode. 1 damage to Buzzsaw, heals a damage from MegaRatchet. And he still has his flip and his upgrade for turn. Flips Exhaust up, makes sense. Does he have an upgrade? Oh, wait, no, he's not going to flip Exhaust up? Wait a minute. Not going to flip Exhaust. Flips MegaRatchet back to bot mode instead. Interesting. Exhausted a Soundwave? Excuse me? Patrol the perimeter. Why would you not go into Buzzsaw there? I am very confused. 8 Pierce 1. Block 5, take 3. And draw for turn on Ozzy's side. Pocket Processor onto Soundwave. Secret action gets played. MegaRatchet takes a damage. And then Ironic going after Exhaust. Going in for 6 Pierce 6. Hold up. That's 4... Wait, where's he getting 6 from? Hold on a second. Wait. How does Ironic have 6 attack? Okay, so it is not a 6 Pierce 6 swing. It's a 4 Pierce 4 swing. I was confused there. Oh, if that +2 had been there, it would have been a live on 1. Lol. So we're going to get an untap here. And does Vangelus have a way to remove... Does Vangelus have a way to remove Buzzsaw from the board this turn? Vangelus is considering the self-ping on Exhaust this late in the game? Jeez. doing the self-ping, and that should not gain a counter because there's no point anymore? Weird. Anyways, upgrade is a polydermal onto what's his face? MegaRatchet. Flipping MegaRatchet to do a damage to. Who's the damage gonna go to? Ooh, Vangelus is realizing that things aren't looking too good for some reason. I'm not sure exactly why. Pinging Buzzsaw for 1. Head-on collision onto exhaust. Does that mean exhaust is going to go into Soundwave here? Or is he just trying to nuke Ironic? Or exhaust into Ironic, and it's a... Oh, it's a snare. So going in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base instead of... Oh, no, 7 base, excuse me. So 7 instead of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hold on. So goes in for 7. Base of 6. What? 1, 2, 3. You're going in for a base of 7. Okay, so, yep, he did just forget about, the boost. He said base 6, and I'm like, that's not right, so I just jumped in. So going in for 8 Pierce 1. Blocking 5 takes Pierce... No, wait. What? 8 blocking 5... No, that adds up. 8 blocking 5 takes 3. I forgot how numbers work. Draw and draw from processor on Ozzy's side of the field. Exhaust is basically guaranteed dead here with either a swing from Buzzsaw or Ironic. Setting a secret. MegaRatchet will take a damage. Flipping Buzzsaw back to bot mode. Smoke Cloak onto Ironic. And then Buzzsaw goes into exhaust. And the Pierce will be enough to KO exhaust. Dropping a loading the cannon for a bashing shield on Ozzy's side. And Vangelus will now draw for turn. Flipping MegaRatchet up for turn. If he has an escape route, that clears Buzzsaw and then allows for some decent numbers into Soundwave, but then Ironic is just sitting there, ready to munch away. Reprocessing the axe, that seems decent, I guess. MegaRatchet goes into Buzzsaw. There's a patrol the perimeter. There's the Pierce one he needed to KO Buzzsaw. So Buzzsaw's off the field. And we move over to Ozzy's turn. Too much Pierce on the board. It's only Pierce 3 now, and MegaRatchet does have 17 health. I do think Vangelus can still win this, but he needs some flips to go his way, and he needs his power actions to chew through Ironic. Flip Ironic. That's never a thing you want to hear. Bashing Shield for no value onto Soundwave. Steady Shot on Ironic. Currently going in for 4 Pierce 3. 5 Pierce 3. Wait, how does... Ironic's the one that is basically Ransack, right? I can never remember. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Pierce 4. 7 Pierce 4. So, yep, 7 Pierce 4 is the swing. 7 blocking 4. Takes 4 because of Pierce. And Ironic's shields are down. So if Vangelus can get a good swing at Ironic here, he may be able to take this still. Soundwave goes in first, though. Blocks 2. Going in for 5 Pierce 1, blocking 2, takes 3. Without the graph, that's an alive on 1. So now the question is, does Vangelus have some sort of power card to get Ironic off the board? Draw for turn. Oop, I was accidentally zoom in trying to check Discord. So what is Vangelus going to do here is the question. Flipping MegaRatchet. Extra defense. Wait, nope, no he's not. Oh, Vangelus just said, this sucks. Something must be in his hand that would have been decent, but now isn't. Flipping MegaRatchet, picking Ironic for 1. Does not get the heal. Wait, is not going to do the flip quite yet. Before he does the flip, reprocess. Hitting the smoke cloak, that helps a little bit. Then flips, takes the damage. Swinging in with a base of 4 with to Ironic. Going in for 7, Pierce 1. 7 blocking 2. 7 blocking 2, taking 3, excuse me? Oh, nope, Ozzy just did math wrong, and I believe that's a dead Ironic. Ironic is off the board. He does have an additional defense on MegaRatchet with, or Vangelus has an additional defense on MegaRatchet right now. So that helps against the Soundwave attack a little bit. Soundwave needs Pierce 5 to get the KO here. It's possible if he top decks an Energon Axe. Draw and draw from Processor. Of course, he can do this over the course of 2 turns because Vangelus still has to chew through 11 health. Trithilium Drill. So this is a trop card that hasn't seen a whole lot of play. When the upgraded character attacks, plan 2. When you put a card from your hand on top of your deck, upgraded character gets Pierce 1 until end of turn. So that helps a little bit. And then Soundwave goes in, stacks 2 cards on top of the deck. But can Vangelus KO in Soundwave in 1 turn? Possibly, but he has to survive this and have something like an Amalgamation grenade or grenade launcher in hand. And yeah. Five Pierce 3 is the swing. Blocks 3, takes 3. Untap, and Vangelus still has the option for Amalgamation, so if that's in hand, he's got to play it here. Flips MegaRatchet. Also, I'm going to point out that doing the damage on Ironic last turn was enough to have the KO happen, because otherwise Ironic would have been left alive on 1. Fearless comes down, repairs 1 from MegaRatchet, gives him +2 attack. Going in for 7. Ooh, this may not be enough. Wait a minute. 7 going into 5. 7 Pierce 1 into 5 takes 2. Ooh, that's not good. This is going to be close. MegaRatchet is alive on 3 currently. Draw for turn. Draw for the pocket. Sending Soundwave in. Stacking 1. So, Pierce 1, Pierce 2, Pierce 3. That's game 2. Oh, we are tied going to game 3. Going to game 3. Good God, that was a grind game. And now we go over to sideboarding. Vangelus will be going first. And I'm going to step away for a minute so that way I can recharge a little bit and use the bathroom and get ready for game 3. I will be right back. I'll leave the cameras or the TTS screen open so you guys can see what happens during sideboarding if anything weird gets brought in. Okay, I am back, and we are going. I think Vangelus forgot the brutal conditioning ping again, but I'm just gonna keep quiet on this one. And now he remembers. Flipping MegaRatchet up to bot mode. MegaRatchet goes into Soundwave. Going in for 6 Pierce 1. Blocks 4, takes 2. And is Vangelus going to pick up that reprocess? Not going to pick up the reprocess. And Exhaust gets pinged. And speaking of pings, out comes Wingthing. And let's see what's in Vangelus's hand. Double polydermal grenade head on. Holy crap, he was on absolute gas for next turn. Good God. His hand was stacked for next turn. Good God. Putting the head-on collision on top of the deck. So that just means his hand is a bunch of upgrades. Yeah, that makes sense. And then ping, or almost called him Ping Thing. Wingthing will do a damage to somebody. Looks like the damage will get done to MegaRatchet. Yep, MegaRatchet is indeed taking the damage. Secret action. Exhaust will take a damage. Then Ironic goes into MegaRatchet for 3 Pierce 2, 3 Pierce 3. And MegaRatchet will take the 3. Alrighty, so now we move back over to Vangelus's turn after he considers that toolbox. I mean, you're not wrong, Ping Ping is on the field. Yeah, basically. Not gonna pick up the toolbox. And then Exhaust gets pinged. 1 counter away from activating Beacon. Drawing for turn. So what is going to be the plan here? Because he still has both polydermals and the grenade launcher. If he plays polydermal, that turns on Exhaust fully. Yep, and there it is. So there's Beacon fully active. And flipping MegaRatchet. And then Exhaust goes into Ironic. Also, who was the damage dealt with MegaRatchet? I'm going to jump in here quick. Who took the damage from MegaRatchet's flip? Okay, so it looks like they forgot about that ping. Doing the damage to Soundwave. And heals one. Exhaust is shifted into the full gear. You're not wrong. And Exhaust goes in here into Ironic. Battlefield Scan is the secret. So Ping Thing, or Wingthing, goes off. I'm assuming MegaRatchet's going to take the damage. And now Exhaust goes in for... Ooh, that's a bad flip. Going in for 8, 9. 9 blocking 4 takes 5. Dropping a Bashing Shield for a Hollow Matter. Interesting. And then draw for turn on Ozzy's side of the field. Flipping Soundwave. There's a Laser Cutlass on the Wingthing. That's always powerful. There's a secret. And pinging Exhaust off the strat. And then Wingthing into Exhaust. Going in for 4 Pierce 3. 4 Pierce 3. Blocking enough to take the Pierce 3. Drawing for turn on Vangelus' side. Flipping MegaRatchet to bot mode. Then playing a Polydermal onto him. Almost played it in alt mode, but he is ranged in alt mode, so that would not have worked. What is Vangelus up to here? Because Fracture has to go in. Does he have an action that he can even use? Anglemon Fracture. Yeah, that's a good card. I feel like Wingthing's about to take a butt ton of damage here. And Fracture accidentally got flipped by Ozzy while he was trying to look at the bot mode. Fracture into Erotic. Battlefield Report, draw 2, put 1, and then Wingthing will fire a damage. Exhaust will take another point of damage. Vangelus has some calculus going on in his mind. Yeah, at this point, I think that's what's going on. Seven going into 3, it looks like, or going into 4. That was an ironic. And alive on 1. Lovely. Draw for turn. On Ozzy's side. Buzzsaw comes out. Let's see what's in Vangelus' hand. Grenade Launcher, Hollow Matter. Interesting. Hollow Matter gets put back on top. Makes sense. And then Exhaust takes a damage from Wingthing. Diffraction Sword on Ironic, so that way MegaRatchet can't kill him next turn. That's heads up. Secret Action comes down. Exhaust takes 1. And this game is starting to look like it's swinging in Ozzy's favor. Soundwave goes into Exhaust for 4 Pierce 1, 4 Pierce 2, 4 Pierce 2. Blocking 3 takes the 2. Buzzsaw going in. Going in for 3, no Pierce. Dropping a Smoke Cloak for a Scoundrel's Blaster. And will untap and move over to Vangelus' turn. If he's got to reprocess, now's the time to use it. Draw for turn on Vangelus' side. Exhaust flips up to bot mode. Belligerent. Ooh, that's significant. Does not have the reprocess, though. And there's a grenade launcher. I feel like Soundwave's about to get smacked. Yup, going into Wingthing instead. Never mind. I thought Soundwave was gonna die for sure, but nope. Wingthing is gonna be the target here. Going in currently for 8, 10, 11, 12. Oh yeah, Fearless is an orange because of belligerence. 12 into 1. 12 into 2 would have been 11. That would not have been enough to kill, or no, 12 into 2, 10. That would have not been enough to kill Soundwave, even with flipping MegaRatchet. But now a bounty trigger moves the damage over to Ironic. That gets around the Diffraction Sword. And Vangelus is now in a very commanding position. So, draw for turn. Play Secret Action, ping Exhaust. And then Scoundrels on to Buzzsaw. Wait, not gonna play the Scoundrels on the Buzzsaw. processor onto Soundwave instead. Send Buzzsaw in after Exhaust, and then play the Scoundrels off of Buzzsaw's ability. Makes sense. Going in for 5 flat. 5 flat. Drawing for turn on Vangelus' side. Flip MegaRatchet. Pinging Buzzsaw for 1. And heals 1 from MegaRatchet. And then Enforcement Batons to get rid of the Scoundrels. That's decent. Fracture into Buzzsaw. Loading the cannon, +1 defense. Going in for 4 Pierce 1. Takes the 1 and loading the cannon is going to get KO'd here. Yep, so if Ozzy had taken 2 or less damage, which he did in this case, loading the cannon will be KO'd, and as such, loading the cannon is going to be KO'd here. So that's gone, and we move over to Ozzy's turn. Draw and draw for pocket. An axe comes down onto Soundwave. Flipping Buzzsaw. Send Soundwave into Exhaust. Blocking 4. Going in for 7 Pierce 1, 2, 3. 7 Pierce 3. Seven Pierce 3. Blocks 4, takes 3, and is currently alive on 2. Dropping a Hand of Adapters for loading the cannon. And now we move over to Vangelus' turn. What is MegaRatchet going to be able to accomplish? Vangelus just said I top-decked something. Oh, would it be neat to put it somewhere, but I can't. What did he draw? Flipping up MegaRatchet. Turbo boosters on Fracture, that definitely helps. And it wouldn't do a whole lot for Exhaust. He would just instantly die. Go to attacks. So, actually, yeah, Buzzsaw has stealth, so both attacks have to go into Soundwave. Fracture in first. Going in for 4 flats so far. 5 pierce 1. Blocking 4 takes the pierce 1. And then MegaRatchet's going to go into Soundwave here. Going into 4. How much will MegaRatchet do? That is 5. Takes 1. Untap, and we move over to Ozzy's turn. He has a KO on exhaust here. So Secret Action comes down. Fracture takes the damage. Flip Buzzsaw to bot mode. Going into exhaust. And there's a laser cutlass to ensure the kill on exhaust. So exhaust is gone. But Vangelus still is looking somewhat decent, albeit the match is definitely a lot more even now. All things considered. Draw for turn. Flipping Megatron Ratchet to ping Buzzsaw. Heals 1. Oh, take cover gets revealed. If one or more your characters can't take non-attack damage. Okay, so you still repair it, because if I remember correctly, Hollow Matter, if you choose a character with Hollow Matter, you still get the repair. Yeah, you still get the repair. Yeah, you still get the repair. Correct. It just checks the target. Okay, so basically what was going on there, Vangelus was trying to figure out if the heal from MegaRatchet goes off if a character can't take non-attack damage. Basically the way this works is it does the damage, and then it checks to see what the target was. So if you fail to do the damage, then you still get the heal. As long as it was a bot or a con. Interesting, because we haven't seen this game state in the other 2 games. Yeah, it's a very even thing here. You have a 10-star and a 5-star on each side of the field. Opportune repairs to fully repair MegaRatchet. Okay, that swings things slightly back in Vangelus's favor. And then Fracture will go into Buzzsaw. Going in for 4. No oranges. Going into with 4. Blocking 3 takes 1. No greens on Vangelis' side, and we move over to Ozzy's turn. Loading the cannon for a Scoundrel's Blaster. Draw for pocket. Secret action comes down. Does the damage to Fracture. Flipping Buzzsaw. Soundwave in. Going in for 8 Pierce 3. Blocks 2. Takes 6 and alive on 1. Alive on 1. Dropping a Scoundrel's Blaster for a Bashing Shield. Drawing for turn on Vangelus' side. And then sending Megatron Ratchet after flipping him into Soundwave. Going in for 6. Flat. Blocking 4 takes 2. And then we untap and move over to Ozzy's turn. A Tetranite was the set secret action. So Ozzy draws for turn. Flipping Buzzsaw back to bot mode. Secret action, that kills Fracture. Okay, this just swung in Ozzy's favor a little bit, but the Polydermal is still on the field, so that could even things out. Going in with Buzzsaw. Going in for 4 Pierce 4. Takes the 4. Hollow Matter Projector dropping a... Was that a Belligerence or Grenade Launcher he dropped? Drawing for turn on Vangelus' side. Hollow Matter goes on to MegaRatchet. That helps. Action is a Angle Maw on MegaRatchet. That is a dead Buzzsaw. Going into Buzzsaw. There's a battlefield scan, or battlefield report, excuse me. So the attack is base 9 for MegaRatchet. 10 Pierce 1. Blocking 5. Blocking 4. Take 6 and dead. On the nose. Drawing for turn. Bashing Shield comes down on a Soundwave. There goes the Hollow Matter. Steady shot on Soundwave, so now going in for 9 Pierce 2. 9 Pierce 3. The block is for 3, so takes 6 so far. Going in for 9 Pierce 5. 9 Pierce 4. 9 Pierce 4 is the correct total. Blocking 3 takes 6. And now we move over to Vangelus' turn. Can he do 8 damage to Soundwave here? There's the draw. Flip MegaRatchet to ping for 1. Repair 1. Now he needs to do 7 damage. Sending MegaRatchet in. Going in for 5. Blocking 4 takes 1. Draw for turn on Ozzy's side. Vaporizing the polydermal graft, that speeds things up considerably. And now the question is, can he flip the third black icon and just end the game here? Does not flip the black icon. Goes in for 7 Pierce 2 still. Blocking 3. And that'll do it. Ozzy has managed to claw out a 2-1 win over the Opportune Amalgamation. What a grind. That was 2 hours. Good God. Good Lord. Oh my God, what was that match? If I sound de-energized, I will admit I am staying up way too late for this, so I am going to cut the stream off here. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw here today. If you did, there's a little red button you can push down below to show that, as well as a link in the description to the main channel. You know the drill at this point. Once again, Ozzy using Soundwave with Wingthing takes down Opportune Amalgamation with Fracture as the third character, and we'll be back hopefully for round 4 with some more beta nonsense. But for now, that will do it for this broadcast. Peace out, y'all.